The roar of the crowd thundered around him, but Philadelphia Jack O'Brien heard only his own heart, pounding irregularly, each breath ringing like war bells. He knew that night could change everything, the chance to claim the world light heavyweight title or fade into the shadows of legends never forgotten. His eyes, cold and calculating, searched beyond the glare of the lights, seeking proof of himself, evidence that every sacrifice and fall had been worth it. This is the story of Joseph Francis Hagan, the man who dared to push limits and redefine his own glory. Joseph Francis Hagan was born on January 17, 1878, in Philadelphia, a city of narrow streets and noisy factories where the smell of burning coal mingled with the sweat of laborers. The son of Irish immigrants, he grew up amid challenges that would shape his character: poverty, strict parental discipline, and the need to fight for every scrap of respect. From an early age, his fists became an extension of his voice. In schoolyard fights and minor disputes, Jack honed the cunning that would later make him unbeatable. Each punch carried not just strength, but the determination of a boy who knew the world gave nothing for free. As a teenager, Philadelphia Jack O'Brien was already turning heads with his precise technique and uncommon ring intelligence. Every fight was a lesson in strategy, feet always moving, eyes tracking the smallest signals from his opponent. When he faced Bob Fitzsimmons in 1905, the entire city held its breath. The first touch of glove was more than a punch, it was the culmination of years of training, sleepless nights, and sacrifice choices. When he knocked down Fitzsimmons and claimed the world light heavyweight title, Jack did not celebrate with wild euphoria. His eyes reflected the calm of a man who knew the real test was yet to come, and that every victory was just the beginning of an even more intense journey. Despite being champion, Jack O'Brien made a decision that shocked the boxing world. He abandoned his light heavyweight title to compete as a heavyweight. The move seemed daring, almost reckless. In the ring, he faced opponents larger, heavier, and more experienced, and every blow received seemed to pierce not just his flesh, but test his resolve. Outside the ropes, criticism and whispers of disbelief surrounded him, like invisible shadows accumulating night after night. His muscles ached, but what weighed heaviest was the silent internal question echoing in his mind: was he truly great enough to challenge not just men, but the very limits of his courage? Philadelphia Jack O'Brien no longer needed titles to prove his worth. His intelligence in the ring, the elegance of every movement, and relentless discipline made him a reference for an entire generation of fighters. Nat Fleischer ranked him as the second best light heavyweight of all time, Charlie Rose as the third, acknowledgements that recognized not only victories, but the mastery of a man who reinvented his career. Beyond glory, Jack left a legacy of strategy, technique, and respect for the sport. He showed that a true champion is not only one who wins, but one who understands the ring, masters his own body, and inspires all who follow. Looking at an old photograph of Jack O'Brien, one sees more than a champion. One sees a man who challenged limits, who danced between glory and risk, who turned every blow into a lesson. The light of the past illuminates his serious, focused face, as if he were still in the ring, defying time itself. Every step he took outside the ropes carried the same intensity as every punch landed in combat. Philadelphia Jack O'Brien did not just win fights, he shaped boxing history, leaving a mark invisible to many, but indelible to all who seek to understand true greatness.